Hello, I'm Luba and that is my week's notice.
1 week, 2 people, 8 cameras and an idea. That's week's notice. I'm Pascal and I like tinkering, crazy devices and everything interactive media. Each week I invite a guest to bring an idea they've been eager to explore but never did. We take that crucial first step to push the idea as far as we can in 5 days, together. This week I'm working with Luba. She's a producer who will direct for the first time. We'll take you with us for the whole process, the highs, the lows and everything in between. And it all comes down to one thing: starting.
My name is Luba. Usually I'm doing producing, but this week's notice is my first directing experience. I'm from Russia, but I'm living in Germany for the last 5 years. So my project is about demography and particularly about Russia. And I recalled the one interview of a demographer that was explaining that 3 regions of Russia are faking their population and big time. For example, in Ingushetia, 40% of the people don't exist, and they are doing this because the budget in Russia is centralized, and the more people you have in the region, the more money you get from Moscow.
Зачем Евкурову, чтобы у него в Ингушетии было как будто
бы больше федеральный центр денег дал?
А куда он их денет, если формально этого человека нет?
Поверить? Куда деньги? Вот ты куда?
What will it actually affect? Like, how does it affect the people?
For example, in these regions, the life expectancy is really high. Now it's around like 84, 85 years old, which is completely not true because fake people don't die. They just are not paying attention to the health problems that people have in these regions because, like according to the statistics, everything's perfect. They are living long lives.
How ready are you for this whole week on a scale from 1 to what the fuck am I doing here?
I'm very ready.
That's really nice. With 1 week's notice, only counting 5 days, we needed a detailed schedule to keep everything on track. Not that we ever did similar projects and spectacularly failed because we lost ourselves in the process or something, but never mind. And the first thing I would really like to know is what's the goal?
I want visitor to understand what we are talking about, that this topic is important, and maybe I want it to be some kind of atmospheric. I've also wrote down that I want to make it beautiful. Oh. Yes.
Now the next step is to actually find some references and also find some data.
Oh, I like it so much, to be honest. All the data.
Luba actually managed to reach out to the Russian demographer from the video so we could get some background information about which data we should use and what we had gotten ourselves into in the first place.
In his opinion, I need only population, birth rate, do the coefficients of them, life expectancy and death rate, and probably migration. At the end, we found out that it's not so easy to get all this data as we couldn't get Russian VPN running. And after all, we are not data analysts, so the calculations could be a week's notice on their own.
So we had to build up on the conclusions that were already made and make the installation, well, let's say, a bit more philosophical. What if there's no, like, numbers? Mm-hmm. But what if we actually tell the story of what happens? Today, 10 fake people started living with me in the apartment, and you can actually just bit by bit unravel the whole story. We felt like there was more to explore, so we used a technique called Crazy Eights. The goal is to come up with 8 variations of our idea in a really short amount of time. He's Gregor. This little stick figure is Gregor.
Okay.
And you get a button where you can watch him grow up. And if you press grow up, you see he won't grow up, he doesn't exist.
Classical Soviet house, but instead of windows, we have Russian passports. Yeah, you have to shoot into the window.
It's like in Western movies, yes. Where it's like those wooden cameos of people.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, we had our first outline and kind of a plan on how we could bring Luba's idea to life. Perfect.
Hello, welcome to our week's notice. Working title is Building Up a Lie, the dramatic side effects of faking data.
To get things started, we wanted to make sure we actually stood behind the concept, so we pitched it to ourselves, and ourselves only.
We are going to create a typical Soviet building and give the visitor the possibility to add more people in it, so the visitor will have a power in their hands to manipulate the data of people living in the building.
They're actively invited to turn on the knob, and they will see that more people actually will be added to the building, and at the same time they will also be able to look at the statistics in real time. The pitch worked quite well for us, so it gave us some confidence in our idea. But now we had to really dive into the specifics and form a concrete plan. But I like the idea of actually building a house.
Like to do
To do
walls.
actual walls. Look, this is fence.
Fancy fence! We are building the whole building, yes.
Maybe like this high.
And inside the building we are putting the linen to project on this.
Luba and Pascal in the morning.
I don't know if you want to talk about this, but somebody peed on the... I mean, that's what happened. That's what happened. We bought wired fans and it smelled like pee. And obviously somebody, animal or a person peed on this, and so I had to run around with the clothes.
It's crazy.
We have to say the name of the shop. It's
Oh, shit.
Don't go there.
Other than that, anything worth mentioning from yesterday?
I think we went pretty far yesterday. Yeah.
Ironically, the fastest way to show fake people was to film real people and make them show up in our project.
It's really cool.
Are you at 1 chill until 9 devastated?
I would say I'm at 7 actually.
7?
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot that we planned.
Oh, yeah, maybe we should have gone with like half of the building.
Yes, that's true.
That would have been pretty possible actually.
I cut already the building.
Yeah, there's quite some stuff that we still have to figure out.
I'm just gonna complain. 2 full working weeks to cross-stitch this kind of object.
We had less than 2 days on the clock left. So we realized that there was actually no way to just finish the whole thing. So we had to make a decision. It's much easier that way. Bye bye.
Bye-bye for building.
Ouch, ouch, ah, ouch. Turned out cutting the building in half was a really good idea. So crocheting became way more manageable. But of course, there was still a long way to go. While Luba was busy cross-stitching, I managed that every last frame of a video triggers a random new one, which went really nice and overall looked like this. I just duplicated the component and changed the aspect ratio, so those were the rooms. Then we took far too long to just figure out how the fake people should look like the outlines, and spent a crazy amount of time with it. At the end, Luba was really happy with it.
I love how it looks.
As we knew the real size and the fake size of people, I could just go in there and write a script that would trigger 40% of the windows to be black, so kind of fake, and 60% to be real, so it would always choose random windows, which is really cool, I think. When this was done, we also made a second screen that would just display different facts. So if you turned the knob, it would actually show you different facts at certain points. And of course also a fake population count with it. Today is the final day. Luba and I had to start a little later because it went to be a little longer than we thought. But we managed to finish the crocheting for the whole thing.
Now we added a white cloth to the back side of the building. That was our canvas to project real and fake people onto it. Then I made some cleanups on the house while Pascal was building a case for the controller.
Welcome to the week's notice.
The moment had arrived. We invited some of our friends to be the first to test the experience and of course give us some valuable feedback.
So we had the pleasure to show what we did this week to people, and their feedback was really nice. Yes, but they are also our friends.
It is crazy how this building looks now. I mean, I got a little taste with wrapping the box. I have to say it's really fun, even though you occasionally cutting yourself. It's really fun to do this.
That's really meditative, yes.
Yeah.
And I just love to see the silhouettes of our friends in the windows. And it's like really nice feeling. Yeah, and soon you go to sleep.
It's a good ending.
So, those were 5 days. And once again, we were pretty surprised about how it turned out and how much you can actually do within that short time frame. We had some highs and we had some lows, of course, but you know how the saying goes, you sometimes have to cut things in half to succeed, I guess. Well, but we started. And the only thing I have left to ask you is, what's your week's notice?